now we are going to discuss what is NiFi and why do we need it. So NiFi is a tool developed by NSA, National Security Agency of United States, and it was open sourced by NSA in year 2014. So by NSA, National Security Agency, and it was open sourced in year 2014. Now, why we need it and what is this solution that was created by NSA? So, NiFi is a data flow solution. Data flow solution. In very simple terms, if I have to move data from system A to system B, system A to system B, then we can simply use data flow solution. In between, we have to maybe process the data, or we want to validate the data, and then we want to not just send it to system B, but we want to distribute across multiple systems, so it can be like distribute. So in very simple terms, NiFi is a tool for data movement. So it's movement of data, and you can also do processing, validation, distribution to multiple systems, right? Apart from that, it also provides many other capabilities that we are going to discuss. So this is like very short definition of what is NiFi and why it is required on a very high level. Now we are going to discuss the capabilities provided by NiFi, and we will be looking into the NiFi demo also once we understand the things that it provides. So very first thing is NiFi is having a GUI, user interface. So this user interface is basically like doing visual coding. So you can do visual coding here, and when you do visual coding, you can just drag and drop components and then you can put it on the canvas. So if you know, like the canvas is for painting, so we are also painting here. Instead of writing code, we are painting our code. So it's like a visual coding. We are dragging and dropping the components and then we are running the flows. So it's very helpful when it comes to uh, developer productivity. So it's visual coding, so developer productivity is high here because you are not writing code, so you are right now working at a higher level. So developer productivity is high, much high than other conventional tools of doing this data movement and data processing. Apart from that, it is basically very useful when we want to route data, routing data based on content. So let's say in the content we have French tweets and then we have content which is English tweets. So I want to send French tweets to the cluster which is processing those French tweets and serving French customer. Let's say I'm just giving hypothetical example. And another case can be like I'm sending the English tweets to another cluster. So you can actually route data based on the content, which is very interesting feature and very commonly used. You can route data to Hive, you can route data to HBase, you can route data to Kudu. So all these things can be done very easily in NiFi. Apart from that, NiFi, you can apply data validation rules very easily. You can visualize it, as I mentioned, visual coding. So when you are applying data validation rules, so your business users can also validate your flows, because it is not Java code or it's not Python code. So your business users, they can easily validate your code, your prototype, and then it is very easy to bring your stakeholders on the same page. If they are on the same page, then chances of having any gap in future would be very less. So that's why applying data validation rule, business rules very easy and very easy to bring everyone on the same page by showing them visually. Apart from that, it is also addressing a very big problem in data world, which is data governance. So if you are using NiFi, you can easily find out data lineage, so it is by default doing that. So data lineage, you can see like how data is getting transformed, because when we are working on the data, we are processing the data, you are modifying the data from one state to another state. So in case there is any requirement to go backtrack, like what exactly happened with the data, how did we come to this particular conclusion, so we want to find out which all transformations that particular data went through. So you can easily do that through data lineage. So dictionary meaning of lineage is who is my parent. So you can find out who is the parent of a particular data. We call it flow file. I'll be talking about NiFi components, but right now just understand we can actually go back and we can actually see like how the data has transformed over a period of time. So you can find out who is the parent of the data. So this is very interesting feature. So due to compliances, European companies are very stringent about this particular thing. So this is very helpful in serving customers which are looking for solutions which are having these capabilities. Apart from that, data ingestion from varied data sources and data formats is possible. So let's say I have data CSV, I want to convert to Avro, and then I want to send it to some other downstream system. That is also possible here. Simply speaking, like you are retrieve the data. You can process or transform the data, and after that you can persist data to some other system. So this is possible. Apart from that, NiFi offers 300 plus processors. Processor is nothing but high level abstraction which hides lot of details, which hides lot of internal complexity. So these processes are like black boxes. Internally they are doing lot of work related to processing the data that is being transmitted. So we will be looking into processors when we are building the data pipelines in NiFi. So apart from that, it also helpful in auditing the pipeline because it is related to data lineage. So I am just writing auditing, data auditing. So if you have requirements like this, it is very useful. Apart from that, NiFi also handles back pressure very well. So what is back pressure? Let's say your data is coming from some source and you want to basically send it to some other system, right? So this is data, then streaming data. When data is coming from, this is my source, and the streaming data is coming, and you want to send it to sync. Yeah, so you want to send it to sync, and it is coming from some source. Now, what is back pressure? So let's say in our queues, NiFi has the concept of queue, and in the queue, if data is getting accumulated and the processor is taking more time to process the data, so then you can delay the acknowledgement to the source system, right? So by that way, when you are delaying the acknowledgement to the source system, then source system will get to know that I don't have to send data so fast, because source system, the rate of sending may be very high and your processing is not able to catch up with the rate of data that is coming. So why not inform the source system that I don't need data so fast, so let's delay the acknowledgement to the source system. So source system will get to know that I will have to send the data but at a lower rate rather than high rate. So that is back pressure. So you are putting a pressure or you are giving a feedback to the source system that I don't need data so fast. Okay, so apart from that, NiFi can handle data of arbitrary size. Arbitrary size. Yeah, so Kafka is having this limitation or problem that Kafka cannot do that because it is usually in KBs. The message size is in KBs, but that is not a limitation in NiFi. Apart from that, NiFi also has mini NiFi for edge devices. So you can get data from edge devices very easily and you can send it to cloud. Apart from that, here debugging is very easy, load testing is very easy, right? So all these features are there. So now we are going to discuss the use cases of NiFi.